Has your relationship with God changed since losing your dad? Do you feel like it's gotten stronger?
Oh yeah, it felt powerful. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, when I came up, it felt powerful. I felt relieved. Yeah, I didn't think I was gonna feel nothing for real, but yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, dang, it's hitting me for real.
Welcome back to the She Healed podcast. You guys, I am so excited because guess what? We are launching season 2 and we are now visual. Thank you guys so much for being patient with me as we work out the details of She Healed podcast. But I'm so excited because this season, God has told me that I have to return back, and this season I am healing out loud. So this season opener is a very special season opening for me because I get to interview my boys, Alex and Excel, and I take you guys on a journey about motherhood through grieving. So I want to introduce you guys to my 2 oldest sons, Alex and Excel. And before we get started, I want to give a shout out to Fancy Homebody for my shirt, Mommy Gang, because if you know me, I do not play about my kids at all. So Alex and Excel, Mommy is so excited for you guys to be here. How are you guys feeling?
I'm feeling good.
That's good. So as we get ready to go ahead and take on this journey through mothering through grief, a sacred conversation with my sons, we're going to talk about grief and how a lot of you guys probably don't know that my sons lost their father, unfortunately, 4 years ago. And through his death, it has been a lot of hardship. But with God, we were able to journey through this tough season of our life, and God has really brought us through. So if one of you guys it doesn't matter. What was the hardest part about losing your dad?
It was like when I would do stuff in school, it would always be in my head, like when it first happened. So the memories kept popping up over and over again, and I was trying to get it out. It was affecting my schoolwork for real, and yeah, that was mostly the hard part, trying to get the memories out.
Yeah. Alex, what about you?
Yeah, it was the same thing what he said. It was the hard part, trying to get the memories out.
Okay, so with grief, what did grief look like for you guys day to day? Because I know for me, it was a struggle being a single mom and not having their dad, and especially a mother of 2 boys. It was really, really hard for me. And grief, it was times that I would wake up feeling depressed, and I didn't even want to feel like get out the bed and tend to my kids because I was so much overwhelmed and I was concerned about their future. Fathers are very important in raising your kids, especially your boys. I always believe that boys definitely need their fathers. And so not having him in our lives was definitely it was a shocker for me, and it was very detrimental to my mental and my emotional health. And it was days that I would find myself depressed and did not want to get out of bed. So what did grief look like for you guys day to day?
For me, I just stayed to myself. I just stayed in my own, because I just decided I was gonna work it out by myself and overcome it by myself. So yeah, and then I started to just go outside more with my friends, and then I'm like, yeah, that's what's gonna distract my mind. So yeah.
It's like you didn't want to deal with it.
Yeah. So yeah, and then I just like got comfortable with being outside with my friends, and then I feel like I like handled it better.
Yeah, because if you guys don't know, my son Excel, he's an introvert. He likes to stay to himself. He's a lot like his dad. So with him being by himself definitely it was more concerning for me because he's always been by himself, but I've noticed things where he was in his room a lot, and it became a concern like, okay, is my son dealing with depression because of this? And so I would have to go in his room and check on him and make sure that he's okay because like I said, my son is an introvert, but I noticed that he was staying in his room a whole lot. So then I think I started seeing a turn of events for him when he started opening up and started spending time with his friends. And that let me know that once he started opening up and getting outside and being with his friends, it was letting me know that my child was healing through this. Alex, what did grief look like for you?
It's same thing. Excel. I was in the house. Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, but Alex, grief looked like to you rebelling. You want to share that with it's okay. We gonna heal out loud. We're gonna be honest. We're gonna be transparent. You with grief, you started rebelling, right? Yeah. Do you want to share more about it? Is it okay for me to talk about it?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's so with my son Alex, he started rebelling, of course, through his grief, and so that seemed like a lot of hardships with our family. And, of course, I can't talk about much because of the current situation that my son is going through, but yeah, he started rebelling a lot to where I had to lean on really prayer and the guidance and love from God, but also from my family as well because the enemy really tried to bring discord amongst me and my kids. And with my son rebelling and getting in trouble, it began to take a hold on me emotionally as well and mentally, and I started seeing a change in my family dynamics, but that's why I leaned on God more and more to get that strength that I needed to fight this battle. Because I told the enemy, like, "You cannot have my son." If y'all know me, I don't play about my kids. I'm sorry, this is a very emotional topic because 'cause I'm such a mommy's bear, and when they lost their father, I was like, "Oh my gosh," I knew we were gonna be in for a whirlwind, but I knew God had my back. So I'm just grateful to God that we're able to share our testimony with the world and just see how important it is to just lean on God when you going through those tough times because of course death is gonna always happen, unfortunately, and grief is one of the byproducts of death. But just leaning on God and having your family there, cause me and my kids, oh gosh, I'm messing up my makeup. We would have never got through it if it wasn't for God and the love of my family and my church family. Okay, so how did grief affect our relationship as a family? Do you feel like grief affected our relationship as a family, or did it make us stronger?
Nah, I feel like it made us stronger, low key. Yeah,
Yeah, same thing.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So what was it like watching me grieve while while still trying to be your mom? What was it like? Cause y'all know me, I'm gonna cry. I'm gonna cry. I'm a cry baby.
Uh, uh,
Was it hard?
mm, yeah. I mean, it was. I knew you relied on our dad a lot for stuff like getting us stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. On that part, yeah, most definitely. 'Cause I'm like, yeah, she don't got our dad for real to help her no more. So, but yeah, it made us closer though, cause I seen you was doing a lot for us. Still, making sure we was straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, knowing he wasn't there no more. Cause we relied on him a lot too.
Yes, absolutely. What about you, Alex?
Yeah, it's same thing. Excels. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, I think back to when we lost their dad. It was a total shocker for me. And then also I have a daughter that's not by their father. And so because my boys grieve so hard through the tragic loss of their dad, I sometimes kind of like will have a sort of guilt with my daughter because I had to make sure that they were okay, but I didn't want to neglect my baby girl as well as I helped my boys grieve the loss of their dad. So that was like a struggle with me as well, making sure that I tend to them, but also don't neglect my daughter as well because she still needed that love and nurturing from a mother. So it was a lot, but with therapy, when I say therapy has truly, truly helped me balance motherhood because being a single mother, it can take a toll on you. And then now we're battling grief, we're battling my son's rebellion, and I'm also having to get my daughter, make sure that she's okay, that she's feeling loved and that she's feeling like, she's still feeling accepted because I can tell like, I was giving so much attention to them that my daughter may have felt a sense of, that she was not being paid attention to too much. So it was a lot on me. So I had to get in therapy because I didn't know how to balance that. And then also I had to work too. And man, when I tell you motherhood and juggling grief, it can be a lot. But thank God that I had the community that I had, my family, my church family, and most of all, God is who got me through this. Has your relationship with God changed since losing your dad? Do you feel like it's gotten stronger?
Uh, yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. I think so.
What about you?
Yeah.
Okay, so y'all don't want to talk about the encounter that you guys had when you guys got baptized at church that Sunday?
Oh yeah, it felt powerful. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, when I came up, felt powerful. You know, I felt relieved. And yeah, I ain't think I was gonna feel nothing for real, but yeah, I was shocked. I'm like, dang, it's hitting me for real.
Yeah, my boys had got baptized. It's going on 2 years now at church, and God truly moved during that baptism ceremony, and God literally was confirming. It was like my boys were being introduced to the God that their mom always prayed to for concerning them, and like God really introduced Himself to my boys through the baptism to where the Holy Spirit took over and my boys really felt the power of God. And I think that part was a reassuring, knowing them, God letting them know that His hand was on their life through all the trials and tribulations. Even with Alex, if y'all want to know, my pastor dumped my son in the water 3 times. That was a life changing moment because when they get baptized, you only go through the go you get baptized once, but my pastor dunked Alex 3 times, and that was just God just reassuring me that He has my boys, and that He has us covered, and God never took His hand off of us through this tragedy at all. So I'm forever grateful and thankful for this. So what does healing look like for you now? I know, Excel, you talked about you being more open with your friends and going out and enjoying your time with them. You getting ready to go on prom. You getting ready to graduate. So are you excited about that?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, I'm just ready to move forward and get out of high school. Yeah, but yeah, it's been good. Happy I'm about to graduate soon. Yeah, that's just what I'm looking forward to the most is graduate soon. I'm just ready to get out of high school.
Yeah. What about you, Alice? What does healing look like for you?
The same thing Excel really said, but besides the high school part.
Okay, so besides the high school part, what you got going on?
I'm just chilling for real. Yeah, I'm just chilling.
But you're doing something else outside of that, right? What you obtaining?
School.
Your GD?
Yeah, my GD.
Yeah, that's a major part for you, and you need to be excited about that because I'm excited for you. You get your GED,
Yeah.
that's a good thing for you. And then after your GED, what we got going on? What we plan on doing next?
Real estate.
Yeah. Yes, yes, yes. So, yeah, me and my boys, we are in the process of purchasing our first rental property. So, yeah, got to build that generational wealth. And I just want to tell my kids' father, thank you for making sure that my kids had a future. Oh gosh. And I think about my boy's father death, how he thought about his kids in death and how he made sure that they had money set aside to do the things that God intended them to do. And so because of that, my kids are able to go on and have a blessed life through their father's death. It was not in vain, and I'm forever grateful that he looked out for his other 4 kids. Because my boys are one of his 2 oldest, and then he has 4 other kids. But he made sure that he set up to where my kids would be okay if he was to leave this earth. So shout out to you, Excel. Oh my gosh, I knew this would be one of them episodes. So yeah, I mean that's basically it. I thank you guys for tuning in to the first episode of the She Heal podcast, y'all. I am sorry, I am a mess, but hey, this is what healing is. Remember, I told you guys that God said this is a season where I have to heal out loud, and no longer we will allow shame to keep us silent. So thank you guys for tuning in, and see you guys for episode 2. Take care, guys.